Well, hello again there, friends and fans. Raptor here, and welcome back to Frostpunk 2. One thing I wanted to point out to you real quick for our second episode is something I had remembered. If we click on our city here, or more specifically, the council, which is in the central district, we can actually click on each of these little individual people here, like the forgers, the laborers, and the machinists. You can actually see how much of the house that they can control based on the number of delegates here. But if you click on the delegates, you actually kind of get to see a little bit of a backstory on them. And I'm actually in this game. Surprise, surprise. So we'll see if you can find me and other content creators too. If you click on them, it'll be kind of a remix of our creator names and then some facts about us. So you might notice something about bears with mine. And I believe I'm with the faction known as the Frost Worshippers. Not the Forgers, but I think it's the other faction there. But I can't remember at the moment. So yeah, click on them. It'll tell you their name, their job, and also what faction they belong to, and a couple of fun facts. Like this one loves maintaining a lie about his fight record. Oh, how wonderful. Survived a cliff fall by landing on his father's body. Damn. That is some brutal facts there. So, yeah, spend some fun time clicking on a otherwise kind of quote-unquote secret. Not really, because it does tell you to click on the delegates at the bottom, but didn't even know you could click on these people here like that. Very cool. Anyway, welcome back, and good to see you all here. Our city is surviving and thriving, and we're going out and exploring more of the Frostlands today. And it looks like, well, we've done a lot, but we've got to do much more. Let's get back to it then. The city here, which, by the way, we can name, and you know what we're naming it. Oh, yeah, we have to, as always. If we click up here, actually, we got to click on the city, upper left corner. We can actually rename the city with a left click. And there it comes, the city, which we can now name to New Raptoria. Oh, you knew I was going to do that. You knew I was going to do that. Beautiful. All right, New Raptoria, the 10th of December, 1916, almost 1917 now. Uh-oh, we got problems. Resource deposit almost depleted, and this is, I think, for... Oh, it's for prefabs. Okay. And looks like we're building some more stuff over here, which is good because this is our expedition district for the way station that's there. So our logistics will be activated in no time. All right, looks like the council's ready to vote again. Do all maintenance, new law proposed. All right, so now that's what we want to do, is a law that we researched in our previous episode that now we want to go ahead and have everyone take care of maintenance in the city, which will significantly decrease demand for upkeep, and the squalor will get better that way because it'll use less materials, which we're short on, so that's good. Looks like 28 or 4, 68 are hesitant for this one. Maybe we can negotiate that. 68 hesitant is a little strange, but it would be fun to do that. Won't negotiate, they want this. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Let's see. Open to negotiate for our forgers and machinists. What's our relationship with them exactly? 41% of the city for forgers, 39% for machinists, so those are kind of both almost equal, very close. I think the machinists might like that the most, and let me go back to the menu here and really see what our relationship is with everybody, because I might want to take some more heat stamps here. Looks like we're pretty damn full, maxed out on a lot of relationship here. So, I think we'll... I believe previously we did things with the machinists and the laborers, or no, it was the forgers, so we'll have to do something with the other group, but I was pretty sure, yeah, that was going to pass. I kind of had a feeling. I see. I'd like to negotiate with them a little bit, but we don't necessarily have to, but that did improve relationships with the laborers. But I could have done a layup there with maybe doing a promise to the machinists as well and doing something for them, but that's all right. But once we've golden out one of these groups, we could definitely, you know, just do a little small loan from them. So it's all good. All right, looks like we're extracting coal from that big O facility there, and we've cut back on our workforce here for that. In fact, we might as well, I mean, we could entirely shut this down and just use the coal in the city as an emergency supply, which would be cool. Well, let's go ahead and continue on with what we've got. Wow. The music, dude. It's really hard to not constantly compliment the music like that. It's just so good. All right, we do have a little bit of a problem with homelessness, so we'll have to expand a district there, which will require a little bit more prefab, I think. And I've forgotten the default number for that, which is 50. So 50-50. 50 heat stamps, 50 prefabs. And that might be something we'll run out of shortly. But there was more that we discovered down here on this sector. Yeah, there was a lot of prefabs down there, so maybe we could use our money now to start digging towards materials and eventually the prefabs. We could start coming down the ramp here and get over this way. Or expand across the ice. But I think we'll come down this hill because it pretty much looks like we're very close to that. There's also some material here. So let's grab this first, then this, then the prefabs. Yeah, I think that's going to be a better plan for us. Or maybe not. Alright, we're going to go across the materials because we have to go across them anyway. So we'll use that as a backup over there. So let's go this way. I think we'll branch out this way. There we go. And then we'll go down towards the ice where all of that frozen forest is, which looks gorgeous and eerie. Man, look at all the work they did on that. That's so cool. And then, oh, there's like a little lake here. But it's actually like an oil deposit. Oh, 6.6 million oil there. Wow. All right. So we've got even more fuel. Yeah, I know. Music's excited. So am I. Oh, we got a problem in the city. We're now down to 4 out of 5. We have a new problem somewhere. And that would be crime, which is based on good scarcity. But we got to keep working on frost breaking. Frost punking, that's what we're doing. Man, that music, dude. Alright, now how are we going to climb up here? We might be able to go up here. I'm not entirely sure what will be a viable route. Or we might have to come all the way down here and up. Well, let's go ahead and try to do up this way. Population increased. 1,999. Oh, yeah. Almost 1,200 people just moved in. The city grows. Stuart, a new count has revealed significant growth in our population in recent weeks. Some attribute the rise to an influx of settlers from the Frostland, others to births outnumbering deaths. Whatever the cause, we've adjusted our calculation of the city's needs to reflect the new numbers. 1,200 more people are in the city. Okay, well, we're definitely going to need that home expansion that I had mentioned. So we should definitely do that here. Oh, we could get a little heat bonus here. That'll be good. Let's expand there. If we can. Actually, let's expand here. Oh, they don't have to be connected. That's nice. We'll start there for that small city district, and then we'll let this city district, if we can, which will need more prefabs, go in right there. So now that problem got a little more worse. But the expansions are good for things like hospitals, which we should definitely start researching and stuff. So let's see. Maybe go back to city or society, housing blocks, maintenance duty, workers' compensation, famine prevention. Here we are, hospitals. That might be a good thing for us. But it looks like crime is a big problem now. So watchtowers. We did make a decision on youth, I believe. No city in the community. No community in the city can research that topic for youth. Okay. There might be a chance for us to put something in, like schools or something. We do have a surveillance hub. That seems a little pushy. These seem to be all extreme things. Rail hub would be good, though. Oh, we can hold left alt to see everything that affects the city at the moment. That's cool. All right. Thing is for the Frostland. We did go with that Scouts headquarters there, which was great. Filtration towers. Hothouses. Not too much for security at the moment. Some things for factories, which would be great. Looks like it, would that turn prefabs into... a large facility using discarded prefabs and goods, no matter how soiled, to manufacture new ones with minimal resources. Huh. And there's a construction cost there. Good, but maybe sawmills would be a good thing because we're about to encounter a bunch of wood, and that's a major thing on our map. And that might help us to possibly get other materials like the goods and the prefabs made through factories and other things. 170 material output. I think we really should go for food. I think food will be a big issue for now. Unlocks the excessive fertilization district ability, which increases fertility of food and output and disease. Oh, the fertility will be a problem. That's a bio-waste hothouse, a chemical hothouse, or a drum hothouse. Looks like all of them will increase food output, but also disease. One will use drums, one will use chemicals, and one will use bio-waste. Oh, this is all different options here. Advanced coal mines, but also pump jacks, too. Constructed in extraction districts. We do have 6.6 million oil, so that's going to be something for our future. This is cool. You can, like, plot things out in advance. We do have watchtowers, too. This might be what we want to do, but this could be a little aggressive. Command posts where guards are quartered to maintain order in the city. We did have 12 guards as well, if you saw that in the upper right corner. And this will give us a 12 additional guards. Now, wait a minute. What can we do with our current guard forces? Guard squads 12, available 12. Central District 12. Units of law enforcement officers who the city employs to maintain order. They help to reduce crime and can stifle unrest. Construct buildings or pass laws to increase the guard squad's number and strength. Well, we got pretty good strength here. Good numbers. 12 is pretty good. And it's saying that crime is significantly increased by goods scarcity and is growing. But rather than worrying about that, let's worry about the root of the problem rather than just, you know, beating people senselessly with batons by increasing our goods output. So that's our problem there. So then we could go with our industrial district to make some things from that. Or the factories, too. Okay. We'll keep an eye on that. And see what else we can do with those districts. More extraction districts. I don't think we have any factory districts at all, industrial-wise. So that'll be a good first build for us. And, of course, we want to build that a little further away, but we need those prefabs. So that's what we're building towards now. Just monitoring to see what else we may have around. So yeah, all right, prefabs have got to be our number one thing to be able to build more buildings and to deal with the goods problem. All well and goods. Now, I doubt we can get up there. We can, look at that. All right. Okay, so more prefabs here. So we'll take those two there and then work towards the area up there. So actually, let me redo our route here a little bit. I'll build a little bit this way. And then I'll swing to the right the other way, too. It's probably going to take 2 more frost-breaking events. It's an event. The frost-breaking event. That's what will take place. All right, good. More expanded housing. Good. Still a shortage of 14. Ooh, we can keep it warm here. Can't build on the edge. Oh, we can. And it did look like that was heated. All right, expanding 2 housing districts. Good. Minimal cost for that. All right, let's head back to the Frostland, shall we? And let's see what else we can do to look around. We've got 20 squads now, Frostland teams, to be able to look around to where we believe there could be a solution to some of our problems. We have to find, of course, more supplies, but there are more dwellers and cores out here and a solution to one of these other previous events. So something like possible hunting, so food, or somebody who was died with a child or something like that who was stealing supplies. We'll see where they're at. And this will only take, let's see, 10 squads to go scout. Let's do that. And what about going east? That will take 25. That'll be very deadly. Okay, well, we have a lead to the west, so let's do that. Let's see if there's anywhere else we can go that's relatively safe. Everything else seems to say 25 or more. Here's 10. Sea of Ice. Open territory, threat level safe. We will find oil and materials there. Perfect. Let's launch that expedition as well. Now, I wonder, does it show where the trails are? Oh, yes, perfect. So we have our southeast connection now and our northwest connection. So that's pretty cool. We should be able to swing that one around up here if we find stuff. All right. Oh, look at that. You can see people coming down the route to the city. That's cool. We're making, like, huge highways There could be trains on those too. Although they mentioned a train hub, it could be maybe a tram. Who knows? A lack of law regulating outsiders is decreasing population growth. Good, I guess. Like, I want the population to grow, but we've got, I think, more than what we need. We've got 1,200 and not enough houses for everybody. Like 1,200 unemployed. So, good? I guess. Alright, we could expand the city up here a little bit. But we should probably keep our frost-breaking efforts to the prefabs over here. And, oh yeah, it all has to be interconnected like that. Alright, cool. And then we can build up this way as well. So now that we made that little branch there, we can branch off and go this way. And we can get that oil and the prefabs. Beautiful. Yeah, we desperately need that stuff. Man, listen to that storm in the background. So cool. Alright. So we haven't chosen any sort of research yet. I'm still kind of hesitant on what we should do until we've kind of got some other problems solved. Line factory, mechanical, or salvaging factory. Salvaging seems like a great idea, to use things that we're discarding basically to make more things. That's a good idea. One will increase disease, one will increase squalor, and one will just have a smaller goods output. So that'll be the drawback of the third one, is the line factory. But it will also require less prefabs. I think I like the first one for the forgers because we will have a slightly increased disease, but we're kind of preparing for that and anticipating that. So let's go with that one maybe. And it's also 41% of the city, so it's easier to pass. But not only... Why, thank you, sir. So not only, though, do we have to research something, we also have to pass the law as well. So you'd think, oh, it is super important that you pick that one. You should pick that research. But then it's like, well, yeah, we can research that, but can we pass that in the council? So it's like a two-pronged thing where it's like, oh, that seems to be the best way to go for our city in the future, but the faction that is in charge of that doesn't really like us. So will they go for that, even though it might coincide with something that they want? So it's a really interesting thing to mix up. It's like research and relations go hand in hand. Not just like how it was in Frostpunk 1. Okay. Now we're starting to get more problems in the city. Surprise, surprise. So I think the goal here then is to have colonies of 10,000 food, 10,000 fuel, and 10,000 materials away from our main city. And immediately I could say already what I want to do is I already want to start another game with a different goal and going for the large capital city one where you have a huge in-house population in your actual like main city, which seems really cool too. Alright, looks like that should be enough space for the prefab and eventually the oil field there. Cool. Alright. Week 62. Things are going well, I think. Council's almost ready to vote on laws again. And how are we doing on that? 75% for the scouting here. Looks like one of them is at 75%. 4 weeks left to chart that one. 6 weeks over here. So it looks like size of a area is also a determining factor in how long it'll take to chart, possibly in addition to its size. Or rather, distance away. In addition to the size, the distance it is, perhaps from the main city, is a factor. Oh boy, we're about to get a lot more folks in the city. Alright, these folks can make 10 prefabs a week. But we just accessed a bunch here that we can get. There's 400 times 2, so we got 800 that we can extract. So I think we should extract first and then make our own later. That is a huge district. And there's more prefabs up there. Another 800, and then we can work on... we could get those out first, then delete that district, and then switch to oil extraction. So that'd be a good thing. Wow, look at these roads across the ice and stuff, too. Crazy. How weird looking. I would build a road that way. What are these goobers doing? That looks cool, though. That's, I guess, the only point of it. Okay. Oil found. We have finally found a source of oil. It's located in Livingstone's Lock. We can now access and research all oil-related buildings and use them for the benefit of the city. Well, we found oil there, too. Now, do they mean... Now, I think they mean from the world map. Or not. Oh, yes. Tar pits. Okay, so they mean the world map. A pool of dark snow marks where oil naturally has risen to the surface. Our crews must be careful to harvest the precious fuel without exposing it to the heat of their lamps or torches. An output here could increase our supply of by 100 oil until its deposit of 168,000 oil is depleted. Build a trail or a skyway here. Okay. So there's 168,000 here, but there was like 6.6 million at the city. So, yeah. What else do we have? An oily husk. The husk of a machine remains in the snow, already picked clean of useful parts. Our scouts noted frozen oil around what remains of the fuel tank. Set of coordinates was carved roughly into a broken boiler plate. Oh, telling us somewhere else to go. Let's mark our maps for that. Somewhere at the glacier, it seems. Buried village. Under the snow lies a settlement from the old times. Its people long gone and its structures damaged by and decayed by the frost. An outpost here could... Oh, good. We need to build an outpost, yeah. Outpost here could increase our supply by 200 materials until its deposit of 201,600 material is depleted. Interesting. So that is what we need to do. That's our main goal, is to try to start getting people working for fuel. And so it's anybody's guess at this moment of how many people will be needed to do that if we build an outpost. That's what we got to do. Or a colony, which could be an upgraded outpost. We'll have to figure that out. And the planes are almost done, so let's give them a second. Looks like we get on pause time in the map. We'll give that a moment. Now, this district is completely depleted. I think it'll turn red when it's completely been depleted. Let's see. Oh, another problem in the city. Feral children. No common rules. Stewart, 5 children are dead, and dozens lay wounded after 2 large youth gangs met for what they call a rumble. Most of the children were armed with knives. Whoa! The fighting escalated to a full-scale battle. As the parents of the deceased mourn, many insist that children should not have been left unattended. Indeed, many backstreet alleys seem to be overtaken by uncared-for youth. Some areas are beginning to be dangerous even for adults. All right, let's resolve this issue. I may have thought that we already had some sort of a... I thought we had something going on here with schools, but that could have been our story playthrough. But in addition, it did say that we couldn't do additional research for this, but it does look like there's an option here. Crime has increased. We're going to solve this issue right away. Damn. We're totally going for that. Wow. All right, this game doesn't play around. All right. Percentage of active workers is increased. Mandatory school. Research speed is slightly increased. Heat stamp upkeep per capita is slightly decreased. We'll get a faster upgrade speed, though. Family apprenticeship or school. Let's do school, although I don't think we'll actually have to build a school. To guarantee that all children have skills and knowledge needed in the city, we establish a mandatory school program supported by the city. 80 people are hesitant on that. Really? After the problem in the streets? Let's vote. They gotta vote for that. Come on, people. Yeah, there we go.
Hear ye, hear ye. The proposed law has been approved.
Crazy. Wow. Childhood regulated. Childhood law has been regulated. You kept your promise and avoided unnecessary chaos in the city. Well, I think the chaos has already begun with 5 children dead. Damn. But at least that'll chill out the problem with the crime a little bit. But we still got a problem with goods and homes. And we need more prefabs for that. But this district is done. Will we get anything in return? Wow, we'll get 120 prefabs back. Great. That'll have to be decommissioned first. And did this district get discovered? Indeed it did. All right. A new sector down here discovered. Bonfire Camp, a circle of bunkhouses around a constantly burning bonfire. These people work nearly non-stop just to survive. Their eyes lit up at the sights of our scouts, to whom they confessed their yearning for finer things in life besides gathering wood and fuel. Take them in or come back later. 900 population. Wow. Let's definitely come back later. Abandoned staging area. The tracks are still visible where a large group of wagons stopped for at least several weeks. From the tracks, our scouts estimate that many have been riding in the vehicles. Oh boy, that might be the group that's nearby. The depth of the tread implies that the wagons were fully loaded with heavy materials. They left nothing behind except a few unmarked graves by a shrine made of snow dedicated to an idol carved from ice. Let's find out where they came from. Could be a huge amount of supplies. Oh, I love how it also kind of points which direction to search. So it's over there in the valley. That's kind of cool. Mobile Forge, a traveling workshop powered by a core, lies abandoned after the smith passed away from double pneumonia. Damn. Our scouts were lucky enough to stumble upon the site of before any scavengers. They even managed to rescue the smith's dog, adopting... Oh, we have a doggo. Adopting it to join their expedition. Aw. Alright. Well, we'll get +3 cores, so that's probably too difficult to ignore. Plus the doggo that we can rescue, too. Aw. What are we going to name him? Comment down below what we should name the dog if you've watched this far. Many of you, I'm sure, have some good ideas for that. Let's bring the doggo back. And there he goes. And it's steam cores, too. Alright. Now we can explore up here, but we'll need 20 Frostland teams for that. And we're kind of already busy with our current operations. Alright, well, coal is... we're good. We're good on coal. So let's go ahead and shut down this district for now. And we'll go ahead and kind of mothball that for the time being. And then... we'll probably focus on the prefabs up there next. Because that's going to hold us back from building factories for the goods and other things we want to do. Food's getting a little low too, but we'll take those other prefabs and focus on food too. Assigned research increases relations.
Hear us, Stuart.
Yeah, I think we're doing alright with heat stamps so far. Pretty happy with that. Okay. Still kind of monitoring things. Extraction district almost demolished. And we're gaining 15 per week on prefabs now. 9 per central district. We're losing 1 per mandatory school. And 5.1 for the unmet demand for goods, which we are, in a way, working on. And we can do that right now. But I think maybe food should be a more important thing at the moment. Yeah, I think we should definitely build a food district to expand upon our current production. There we go. We'll go with that. That's going to be a... I know goods are certainly a problem, but food's going to be a thing that is going to be a bigger one.
Hours will be punished.
Damn. That guy sounds like Voldemort or something. Voldemortis. Alright, well the coal problem is no longer a problem at the moment. stockpile is full. And I feel like we could stockpile more. And we could probably build a stockpile in one of our districts, but that will, of course, take more materials. Well, we could build it down here. But I want to hold off, and I want to do that the goods production for the industrial district. Alright. Food districts being built. Excellent. Homes we should probably expand upon, but that's going to come down to the prefabs. That's going to be our next goal. Can we do anything to gather prefabs faster from research? Housing insulation. Ooh, asbestos. That's tasty. Everybody wants asbestos lining. Wow. But it seems to be the same idea no matter who we pick. But we can improve relations with... this is kind of a free one, actually, because if we say, hey, forgers, we're going to go with your idea, that'll probably make them happy. Well... let's go with the biggest group, the forgers. Or at least the, yeah. We'll go with them. And then we'll ask for a little bit of money. Oh, it's too soon to perform the action on this community. Okay. We could have looked at that first. We could cancel that. Let's do it with the machinist then. There we go. But don't worry. Don't worry. We will pass a law in their name, and that'll make them happy. We're passing this law for you. They'll fall for that. Alright, what else do we got? We just still have the bonfire camp. And we could explore up there now, finally. We've got 20 teams that have returned, but it will be dangerous, and the scouts may be injured. But there is a lead up there. Ooh, boy. Let's go to where it's safer first before we start taking losses, potentially. And there's another group of 10 available. Not sure where else we could go to. Another group up here in the valley is safe as well. Possible food and oil there. Okay, we'll do that. Excellent. Now we're scouting 2 areas to the north. Outstanding. Oh, got another problem. The outsiders. No common rules. Uh-oh. Stewart, it seems some of our citizens are profiting from outsiders trying to get into the city. We caught smugglers with a freezing and disoriented group of people. When warmed, fed, and questioned, they spoke of a grim reputation our city has among the survivors in the area. It's the only generator there is, but we've heard stories of what some of the guides do to people trying to get in. After what happened to us, the rumors seem true. Persistent lack of law regulating outsiders is causing crime to rise. Okay, we definitely want to deal with crime. Again, that was our problem with the children, so let's continue to do that to address the crime problem, which is being increased by our lack of goods, which we are working to address. So we will kind of solve that problem twofold with what we're about to do and what we're about to build. Well, let's do that. So we could build a production district here. Actually, we could... if we build this next to that... oh, that could create a problem. Disease will increase at the farms. And probably a good idea to keep the factories away from the food. At least by a little bit. Okay, hopefully now that will give us some goods. And now we should do... I love how they marked this too, by the way, if you forgot. I mean, there's so much stuff there. They marked exactly what you should be doing. Accept all outsiders. Population growth increase. Allow productive outsiders. Percentage of active workers slightly increase over time. This doesn't seem to do anything about... oh, yeah, okay. So I guess the opposite will happen here. At least crime will not be increased anymore. This will go away. So we'll have tryouts, team tryouts. We'll only let in outsiders who contribute to the city's economy and turn away the unproductive. I hope that'd be everybody. I would imagine everybody out in the Frostlands, if they're alive, they're probably productive. I would hope. I don't know. Anybody against? The laborers are mostly against this. Well, we could try to get them to vote for it by enacting... Trust will rise, heat stamp upkeep will slightly decrease. We'll get a subsidized housing block, which will give us that. Ooh, disease will decrease. I think we should go with that, supported quarantine, because we are going to start making things that will be a little bit more toxic. So I will agree to that if you guys vote for that. It is so cool how your research and the council go hand in hand, because it doesn't mean that every playthrough is going to be the same, or that you could research the same things, or sometimes you'll have to research those things later. You'd think that it's just an easy, you know, like spreadsheet, or like a if this then that, and if that then this, but that's going to depend on so many other factors now. Random events in the city, your relationship with other people, that kind of thing. Alright, trust has risen. Excellent. We are now still accepted. Good. Alright, the council will continue to do its council-y things. Alright, food is at negative 25 still. We should do something to improve that. We only have that salvaging factory that we researched. Still need more prefabs for that, so that's our biggest problem still, is prefabs. But we're gaining 15 per week. So I think we should definitely build more here. So we're starting to find out in our first playthrough exactly how important those prefabs are. Basically like structural, already pre-built structures. And like frames and things like that. Alright, so next we'll pass the supported quarantine, or we'll try to pass the supported quarantine act. Looks like they're almost done in the north up there. Man, the city looks so cool. Doesn't it look amazing? Outstanding. Wow. Cold season, heat demand increased. Yeah, it finally hit us. And now we're actually burning through coal. The coal that we're getting from the outside is not enough anymore. But we've got 50,000 stockpiled, so we'll kind of hold off on that for a little bit. And I want to try to get the workforce that we have into extracting prefabs instead. Demands and requirements. Okay. So let's go ahead. Oh, great. So we can make prefabs here from the materials, or we can make goods. But we're going to switch to goods because that's our biggest problem at the moment. So that's cool. That's great. So we're making goods now. Hopefully that decreases crime a bit. And then we'll have to work on homes next. And I really want to go for those prefabs. And that's going to require, wow, 600 workforce. So we will need more people in the city. So let's go ahead and ask these folks to come on in. And then we'll build some houses for them. It'll take 5 Frostland teams to guide them back. Okay. So we'll need to wait until they're done with the expeditions up here, then we can guide them back. Gotcha. Okay, so those people can come back a little bit later. Very cool. So it's going to come down mostly to workforce now. But that number will slowly increase, as it says here. I hover over that Population growth progress 26%. Rising steadily.
Be reminded, to maintain your residency rights, you must remain productive at all times.
At all times. Even in your dreams. Like Freddy, you gotta be fighting Freddy Krueger. Asbestos lining. Excellent. And they're happy with that, I think. Well, that was probably a good time to research that. Hopefully that reduces our fuel consumption. Or, well, it was mostly for the upkeep, but regardless, that was a good move. Next, we're going to have to pass that supported quarantine. And we also could do emergency shifts, but trust will fall. Uh-oh. What now? Technocrats have formed in support of machine-centric shifts and mandatory school. There is now a new sub-faction. Oh boy. A new voice, the technocrats. Neutral now. 600 machinists and laborers have organized into a faction. They are tech-minded and rational and calculating people. They dislike expedition support and allow productive outsiders. Okay, well, we did this one, so they don't like that. But to counteract that, we already have productive outsiders, so that's good. So they want progress, equality, reason. It'll unlock optimized research and good relations. Perk with them will give us maintenance optimization, which material demand will be decreased, which is great. Which is great. They're only 7% of the city so far, though. So these are the extremists. These are the folks who are, like, even more machinists than the machinist, I guess. Okay. They may grow, so we have to keep an eye on them. A very close eye on them. Okay, looks like we're done out here. And we can bring those people back. So now we have 10 Frost teams. We can take the 900 in, so let's get a boost from that. We'll guide them to the city. And that'll help us to start with our additional production of goods and extraction of prefabs. A wrecked warehouse. Crumbling warehouse sits by a dilapidated track. It has been pillaged many times by scavengers, but one of our scouts noticed a metal trap door. She drilled through the thick metal and entered a buried chamber containing a pristine core. Instruction manuals in the chamber show the core was intended to drive a locomotive, but now we can refurbish it for other purposes in New Raptoria. Oh, that's great. That's cool. They write your city's name into the actual, like, lore. So if you rename your city from the, it would just say the city, but now it just says New Raptoria. Wow, game of the year, guys. All right, well, a free core. All right. Oh, 3 cores. Wow. And 5 Frostland teams to transport that. Let's go. Model pump jack and also a common herd. Hey, we have animals. All right. Now we can further deal with the food problem. It'll take 5 Frostland teams to deal with that. Reindeer are known to live in this area, feeding on the lichen and growing above the hidden hot springs. An outpost here could increase our food supply by 70 food until its deposit of almost 30,000 food is depleted. Wow. And then more tar pits. We have more oil, ladies and gentlemen. Big. It's a big day for us. Big. Okay, and this actually has like a research thing. Analyze for research or salvage the core. After noticing an odd depression in the snow, our scouts uncovered a buried shed containing a small model pump jack. The prototype was clearly designed to be replicated at a larger scale, but it seems the builders never returned. We could either salvage the pump jack's core or take the whole device back to New Raptoria to be pulled apart and be analyzed for research. Well, that could allow us to extract oil at a much higher rate. That'd be cool. That'd be very cool. But we should come back later to that. I think maybe we'll do the food for the time being, but that's going to last a long time, like the coal, which we've got almost 80,000 remaining. But we got more people coming to the city, so it's probably imperative that we go with food for now until we've got enough. We could always, like, ask them to leave later, but now we'll have to make a road, I think, to there. Or we could, so that'll be interesting. All right, everyone. Well, that is it for today's episode of New Raptoria here in Frostpunk 2 in the Utopia mode, the Endless Survival mode. Check out the story mode that's on the channel. Join me live, too, on Twitch and on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe and make sure you follow on Twitch. Links down below in the description so you guys can vote, too, in the council when we get access to this, well, by the time you see this. Thank you again for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon, evening, and good night, and I'll see you next time for more Frostpunk 2. Thanks again for watching.